Hi, ladies and dudes. This is Rebecca Lynn Barkley, aka Boobop1970. This is my review for today. And today's review, ladies and dudes, well, my friends, it's that time again for another top 5 list that nobody has never done before. And this top 5 list I want to do for today will be the most special one of all, and the most important list I really want to do for today. And for today's top 5 list, I want to do, and since Liam Neeson's brand new film called A Walk Among the Tombstones is coming out in theaters on Friday, I'm going to go ahead and do my top 5 most underrated Liam Neeson films of all time. As you may know, ladies and dudes, I am still a big fan of the old great and mighty Liam Neeson, even to this day, and I enjoyed all the movies that I have seen so far. But there's a couple of movies here and there that I haven't watched for a while. Some other movies that I need to go back and rewatch. But to tell you the truth is, I decided to do this list for today because there is so many good Liam Neeson films here and there. There are still kind of underrated even to this day. Some of them need to be overlooked. Some of them had already been hated, but they gotta go back and rewatch it again. And sometimes there's some movies out there that had a strong cult following. It's hard for me to explain about movies that are so darn underrated even to this day. But anyway, I just want to tribute this top 5 list to the old great and mighty Liam Neeson, and I do wish him luck for his brand new movie called A Walk Among the Tombstones. And the good news is that movie is finally getting some good reviews right now, even to this day. So I wish Liam Neeson luck for this brand new movie that he's doing, and I can't wait to see Taken 3 will be the last and final epic chapter of a very underrated movie saga of all time called Taken. Oh yeah, so without further ado, ladies and dudes, let's head on to my top 5 most underrated Liam Neeson movies of all time. Plus, I got some honorable mentions. Only 5 of them, of course. One is Darkman. I gotta watch that movie again when the time comes. Second will be Ponyo, Liam Neeson's first animated feature. Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, his first science fiction movie. Taken, the first one. I know it had a strong cult following. That's understandable. And The Unknown. I really do like this movie, but it has flaws here and there. So anyway, let's head on to my top 5 list. Number 5 goes to Michael Collins. I freaking love this movie. Michael Collins is a way better movie than The Schindler's List. And the reason why Michael Collins is way better than The Schindler's List is I think it's way better for Liam Neeson to play one of the most legendary characters of all time, who did risk his life to rescue his home country from the wrath of these evil British people who ruled over Northern Ireland for so many years ago, back in the Irish past, I guess. And I rather prefer Liam Neeson playing Michael Collins instead of Oscar Schindler, because I really love Liam Neeson releasing a really cool Irish accent feel to his character. I mean, this is Liam Neeson's most cup of tea. Seeing him play a cool Irish character in a very cool Irish movie. And I feel so sorry for this movie for not getting Oscar nods at all. I think Liam Neeson should deserve to have an Oscar nod for becoming a Best Actor in a very underrated Irish movie. And, yeah, I don't have much else to say about Michael Collins, but if you guys remember my movie review of it, just check that out right now. It's my most popular movie review of all time. So anyway, Michael Collins deserves to be at number 5. Number 4 goes to the Les Miserables, the 1998 version. I remember I watched this movie again, and it's still pretty a good film even to this day. Had a good storyline, great characters, has good costume designs. I love the semi photography of this film, and it had a really interesting score. I know my biggest maintenance problem is I don't like the actor who plays Chavez, but he was okay for me. And one of the best parts I love about this movie is when the old great and my Liam Neeson turned out to be one of the best Jean Bon Jean dudes out there, who do release so many bad A-word stuff. Some parts that you gotta see in this movie to believe it. I really do love this movie, and this movie is so darn underrated. Everybody needs to go back and rewatch this movie to believe it. So I have nothing else to say about this movie. I decided to put that at number 4. Number 3 goes to the grave. Another good underrated film that came from in the year of 2012, but I think this movie should have come out in 2011, and maybe it'll be easier for this movie to get some Oscar nods. I will say for The Grey, I think it should have been nominated for Best Cinematography, Best Score, and most of all, for Best Actor for Liam Neeson's role. And sadly, this poor movie did not get any Oscar noms, so the reason why The Grey is so darn underrated is because this poor movie did not get any Oscar nominations. Maybe from 2011 or 2012, whichever year that'll fit for the film pretty well. I rather prefer this movie than instead of that stupid Argo. That stupid movie needs to die. And let everybody see this movie. I think it's way better. And yeah, the reason why it's in the middle part of my list is, as we all know, the ending was frickin' bad. I mean, I really hate that ending so much, as we were missing the most important part of the movie, where John's gonna fight for his life and, face the wolf. And we just want to know if he did survive this whole mess or not. Curse that stupid director for giving us the most disappointing ending of all time. It may have a bad ending, but at least The Grey is still a good movie, even to this day. And I promised myself I'm going to go back and rewatch this movie again before I could see A Walk Among the Tombstones. So I decided to put that at number 3. And number 2 is the most underrated movie that came from in the year 2014 is Non-Stop. And I also decided to watch this movie again before I can see A Walk Among the Tombstones, because this film was made by Universal Pictures. I really do love this movie. It's a really darn enjoyable movie to watch. And I think I'll be the only person to add this movie if I ever done my top 10 or my top 5 best movies that I've seen in the year of 2014. I will say it had an excellent storyline, has great characters, it has good special effects, it had a really interesting score, and this is where Liam Neeson always steals the show when he plays a really cool bad A-word character. And I mean, Bill Marks is truly the man. Hands down. I'm gonna feel very, very sorry for this film, because I'm afraid it's not gonna get any Oscar noms at all. And it's a sad shame for me. So yep, Non-Stop deserves to be at number 2. And finally, my number 1 most underrated Liam Neeson movie of all time goes to Taken 2. I decided to watch this movie again this morning, and this movie still blues me away. With its great storyline, has good characters, has good action, great drama, great score. I love it, all the above. I know the main problem with this movie, it has a little bit of shaky cam here and there, but to me, I don't mind that at all. But still a near masterpiece film to me. And I really love this movie to death, and it'll always have a special place in my heart. And I will never forget, in one of the best parts in Taken 2, one of my favorite parts in this movie is I love the part where Brian and Lenore are trying to work things out on their relationship and start their relationship all over again from very scratch. I really do love the romantic moments between Brian and Lenore, and I really, really want them to be a couple again for old time's sakes. So we can forget about what had happened from the first movie and let's focus on the relationship in the second movie. I'm glad they fixed that part for this very underrated film. At least Taken 2 has a little bit more character development and chemistry than the first movie. I have nothing else to say about it. So Taken 2 deserves to be the #1 most underrated Liam Neeson film of all time, period. And there you go, ladies and dudes. Those are my top 5 most underrated Liam Neeson films of all time. I hope you enjoy this list. And please tell me, ladies and dudes, what is your most favorite underrated Liam Neeson film of all time? I don't care which one it is. Is it from action thriller types, drama types, comedy, dark, edgy movies, whatever? So, leave a comment there and let me know. And I also want to let you know, as ladies and dudes, let's hope and pray for Liam Neeson's new film called The Walk Among the Tombstones. We need to get this movie to get some Oscar knobs. I will say for best cinematography, best score, best actor for Liam Neeson, and for best picture. I think 4 Oscar knobs will be fine for this movie. I don't know about sound editing or sound mixing. I don't care. But let's hope and pray. We gotta get this movie to get some Oscar knobs. And even for best actor role for Liam Neeson, he deserves an Oscar knob, ladies and dudes. It's very important. So don't forget it, okay? That is my list for now. And join me next time for movie review number 40. When I do Liam Neeson's new film called A Walk Among the Tombstones. So join me on that one for next Monday, and I will see you all later. Sayonara.